We cannot stand idly by while a brutal dictator uses chemical weapons against innocent civilians.
Congressman Seth Moulton, you just heard from him. We were just talking with Congressman Capuano about these very same things. We've hit the OTR Political Roundtable right now. Our analyst this morning, Democrat Marianne Marsh, is with us, and Republican Rob Gray. Guys, thank you for joining us. We're ready to rock and roll.
So you heard Congressman Capuano this morning. Can you see the rest of the Massachusetts delegation giving President Trump approval for further military action? First, however, I wanted you to take a listen to Congressman Jim McGovern, who spoke just recently.
I would just plead with this president that before you start dropping bombs on people, tell us what the strategy is. What's the policy? What's the end game? And we've heard none of that.
So, Marianne, is the rest of the delegation pretty much in the same line, do you think?
I can't imagine everyone in the delegation doesn't agree with Jim McGovern, and he hit the nail on the head here. Congress hasn't approved a war since World War II. They haven't provided the authorization, but now it's Donald Trump. And it's clear with what he did this week that this is more a tactic, not a strategy. He bombed an airport that is up and running again and already attacking the same city that killed all those people and all those kids with sarin gas. They got up and running quicker than Delta did this week. That's the problem.
Do you think the Massachusetts delegation is on target on this? Wrong word to use there, but are they right about this?
Well, listen, in 2013, chemical weapons were used. Obama talked about a red line, and then he stood idly by and let Syria do whatever it wanted. So 4 years later, there's more cause. There's been a flood of refugees. I think it's going to be harder for Democrats, having sat by and let chemical attacks happen in the world, to do it this time around. But our delegation, they will oppose it more than most. Some will follow the lead of Moulton. But they have a history of opposing any military action.
But Obama asked Congress to vote on it. And when Congress was controlled by the Republicans in the House and the Senate, they declined to take that vote. Big difference there.
Obama did nothing. He could have done what Trump did this week. He did
I didn't
nothing.
defend him at the time, but he did ask for a vote.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the item 2 is the big Supreme Court win this past week, and tomorrow Neil Gorsuch will be sworn in, and the dust-up with President Vladimir Putin as well, and an expected shakeup in the West Wing. All right, you keep piling things onto each other. Marianne, could this be a turning point for a very bad beginning of the presidency? What do you think?
No, nothing's changed. I mean, the Republicans...
Hasn't been a good week for the president?
No, what really changed? Okay, it's all just perception. The reality is the Republicans had to cheat to get Gorsuch on the court. First time in history, a Supreme Court justice is on without 60 votes. I already talked about what the make-believe bombing of Syria. That did nothing. And no one's left the White House staff. I mean, it's not a team of rivals. It's like UFC. So nothing's changed.
It's like UFC,
Trump took an important step this week, but a step and a strike is not a strategy. So that the next step or 2 or 3 could be off a cliff, but it's a good start this week, so we have to wait and see.
So speaking of one of his victories this past week, tomorrow Neil Gorsuch will join the Supreme Court. Take a listen to Senator Ed Markey.
The list of recent 5-4 decisions coming out of the Supreme Court shows that one judge's vote can forever alter history.
So has a political Pandora's box been permanently opened here, Rob? And what responsibility do Democrats bear for this?
Well, they bear a lot. And no, the box hasn't been opened because in 2013, the democratically controlled Senate got rid of the filibuster for appeals court nominations and then packed the appeals court with liberals. So Republicans are doing essentially the same thing here. And, it's about power in the Senate, and both sides have done it over the years.
Pandora's box, Marianne?
Open and flying. I mean, the big difference here is Republicans at every step refuse to let Barack Obama make appointments to these courts. Federal court justices, Supreme Court justices, big difference. So now what has happened? For the first time, Republicans denied a president of the United States the opportunity and the ability and his right to appoint a Supreme Court justice, Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland should be on the court, not this guy. That's the big difference.
If Obama had been more of a case, maybe made more of a case about it, maybe Hillary Clinton would have been elected. But he nominated him and then hung him out to dry.
The fact is, for the first time ever, a president was denied the right to put a Supreme Court justice on there. The Republicans stole that seat. It should have been Merrick Garland and not Gorsuch.
No more? I'm enjoying the tennis game. No more?
Well, I will say this. Elizabeth Warren stood up and applauded in 2013 when Democrats got got rid of the filibuster. So
Apples and oranges.
she's a hypocrite now.
Apples and oranges.
Well, it brings us nicely to the senator, and she looks like she is getting a Republican challenger. The state rep, Jeff Deal, who was President Trump's Massachusetts chairman, he said that he will go and court Trump supporters and whatnot, and not follow the Charlie Baker strategy of attracting moderate Democrats. Marianne, good idea? What?
Every election's about a choice. Jeff Deal is the leading supporter of Donald Trump in Massachusetts, and Elizabeth Warren is the leading opponent. Massachusetts voted for Hillary Clinton by 60%, Trump by 32%. 904,303 voters voted for Hillary Clinton more than Donald Trump. That's Jeff Deal's problem.
So you would think that he should follow more of Charlie Baker's strategy instead?
He can follow any strategy he wants. I think he's going to have a tough time.
No advice
That's
from
a
Marianne.
choice. That's
a
a
challenge
choice.
is good.
A challenge is good, but unfortunately for Deal, Marianne is right. 28 points, Trump lost by here. Brown lost by 8 points to Elizabeth Warren. So it is very hard for Republicans to get elected to federal office from Massachusetts. Jeff Deal may lose by 10, while Charlie Baker wins by 10, because here in Massachusetts, we're happy to elect Republican governors.
At this point, though, in any race, where was Scott Brown when he won, when he ended up winning? I mean, he was about
That
as
was
far away.
Martha Coakley and Scott Brown.
So
That's
Brown won a
election.
special election, big difference, different electorate.
Yep.
When he was on the regular ballot in the fall against Warren, he lost by
Yeah, are
8.
you going to pick a Trump supporter or, somebody who's against Trump in Massachusetts? Pretty easy pick.
So UMass Boston's Keith Motley is walking out the chancellor's door in a few months. He will be back eventually as a professor. Few following this troubled campus are surprised, but will this be enough to turn the ship around, Rob?
We'll see. I think the Baker administration is going to hold UMass much more fiscally accountable than the Deval-Patrick administration. During the Patrick administration, and even a little bit before, UMass has been on a big building boom without the finances to back it. So it's certainly a dangerous situation. I'm glad it's being recognized.
Nobody was surprised about him actually being removed, were they, Marianne?
No, but I still think we don't know everything. And I think that until we do, it's hard to assign blame. Obviously, if you're at the top, you take the blame. But I think there have been questions raised about the Board of Trustees and others and their oversight, and that's worth looking into.
We continue on the record. Stay with us.